What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online jam league? JamiroFan 2000 here with yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. For the initiator of the series of nearly over 9 years here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, this has been my periodic discussion series looking at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai and over 30 years of musical making. This episode is going to be dealing with probably the beginning of another major merchandise drop that is in the process of coming. But let me give you a little bit of context. We had about 5 major Jamiroquai official merchandise drops on the official store at store.jamiroquai.com, going all the way back to 2021. Well, it looks like they did a major restock of the official store, including another album reissue. Yes, that's right. We're getting yet another album reissue. And this time, it's High Times. Yes, we're getting another vinyl reissue of High Times to coincide with the beginning of the Heels of Steel tour with a release date of November 28th of 2025, which is now on pre-order at store.jamiroquai.com. But this new vinyl reissue is going to be yet very similar colored vinyl, much like the previous Dynamite reissue and, of course, the Return of the Space Cowboy 30th anniversary. I'll give you a little bit of description of this High Times reissue. That will be coming out November 28th of 2025 on the official Jamiroquai store. Pressed on marbled steel-colored vinyl, this limited tour version will come complete with an exclusive art print and one of 5 Buffalo Man tour laminates in a random placed in each package of this vinyl reissue of High Times, the singles, 1992 through 2006. Now, as I prefaced at the beginning of this episode, JamiroFan Talks About, this would be the 3rd consecutive Jamiroquai reissue as of recently to feature very graphite-colored vinyls. Like I said, the last 2 kind of had a similar coloring finish on them, which, of course, was the anniversary reissue of Dynamite for its 20th anniversary, and, of course, the 30th anniversary reissue of The Return of the Space Cowboy. But as I alluded at the beginning of this episode, JamiroFan Talks About, it looks like we're getting a complete store restock of the previous 5 merchandise drops, which many eagle-eyed members of the family might know that I covered on a recent episode of the Jamiroquai Minute, talking about the evolution of the Jamiroquai online store, at least for the, like I like to refer to as the 2021 through 2025 reissue era of Jamiroquai, the post-Automaton era. But it looks like we got a restock, and they kind of took a little page from my own book and have restocked everything in the previous 5 Jamiroquai reissue eras for the anniversary reissues of Emergency on Planet Earth, Return of the Space Cowboy, Dynamite, AFO, and now it's High Times. So we had a complete store restock, which is very cool because there are some select items from those merchandise eras. Specifically, I'd say the watercolor changing jacket, which I'm sure a lot of members of the Jam League had a chance to get the first time around. Well, it has all been restocked and actually itemized in its own sections on the official Jamiroquai store. So if you are interested in getting any of these new items, you have a second chance to get them. They are currently all available, at least for the merchandise drops, not counting the one that's coming for this High Times reissue on marble steel color marble vinyl, like very similar to the Dynamite and the Return of Space Cowboy, which will be coming out November 28th, but it is currently on pre-order, and there is a bundle that includes a Buffalo Man tee from the aforementioned Dynamite merch drop, which came latter part of this year of 2025 with the outline of the Buffalo Man on a black shirt. Like I said, that is all available in all sizes. All the merchandise drops apparently restocked from sizes small to double XL, at least for European to American size clothing standards at store.jamiroquai.com. Now, on to this portion of JamiroFan Talks About, where I'm going to be saying a lot. This is cool. This is cool to see the second nearly consecutive reissue of High Times to singles on vinyl, especially colored vinyl, and I am, like I said, I'm an aficionado for the colored vinyl. But I hope this is the beginning of a bigger merchandise drop that is to come more close towards the Heels of Steel tour, which is going to, of course, be the 15 tour day tour, the first tour salvo for Jamiroquai's 9th album era, which, of course, the 9th album has been confirmed by JK and their management for some time in 2026. I'm hopefully shooting for first or second quarter of 2026 for that album release. But I was expecting some merchandise to be themed after Heels of Steel, not just a little bit of a rehash of the color finish of the album artwork, at least in regards to the color vinyl for this High Times single release. I was expecting some merch to be reminiscent of the artwork that we currently seen for 3 separate generations on advertisements for tour dates for that first tour salvo of that 15 tour day tour of the UK and, of course, Europe between the months of November to December of 2025. And I am in no way complaining about this. It's great to see that the Jamla will get a chance to get the previous 5 merchandise drops from between 2021 to 2025 in the reissue era of the post-Automanon era to order in their own time. But, I am hoping there's going to be a little more merch coming down the pipeline as we get closer. We're nearly 3 weeks away from the beginning of this first tour salvo for Jamiroquai. But this first little, hopefully, part of a more multi-pronged merchandise tour, or should I say, merch drop from Jamiroquai HQ. A little underwhelming for me, but, we'll see what happens. But hopefully I will be getting this final reissue, and I'll be doing a feature video here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel on my review of the Tour 2025 Tour Edition of the High Times Singles 1992 through 2006 double metallic marble seal color vinyl reissue here on my channel in the coming weeks and months of the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. But I thought it warranted a full episode of JamiroFan Talks About to flesh this all out. But like I said at the beginning of this episode, everything has been restocked in all sizes, especially clothing. So be sure to go to store.jamiroquai.com and do your browsing, and be sure to get your orders in for this, because it's sure to be a very busy holiday season. But if any more merchandise, at least of a more Heels of Seal centric topicality, comes out on the official Jamiroquai store, I'll be sure to cover it here in a future video here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. Thank you again for watching this video. JamiroFan Talks About. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe and ding your bell on the YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest new content coming from the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel as we wander into the beginning of the 9th album era for Jamiroquai, which still doesn't have a name, but hopefully I'll have some news updates coming up very soon with more information about the name of the 9th Jamiroquai album, the name of the first single from Jamiroquai album 9, and when we can expect it to be coming out in the calendar year of the new year of 2026. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. Thank you again for all the constant support here on YouTube, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related content here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye everybody, take care, and I'll see you around.